We have a program called Operation Mwolyo Out. Farming God's way, where you use mulching to conserve the moisture, which is one excellent one. The next one was digging of zai pits, which will conserve the water. And the third one was moist gardens, which you're going to see.
That is amazing work. I mean, I'm just excited. I can't wait to get into the field and actually see this model in action.
This is an example of a moist garden. A moist garden, for example. Come over here. Now, this is a moist garden. This is ginger. And the next paddock will be for onion. And the moist garden is where you put polythene paper. Then you put some stones and gravels. And then you put some grass. And then you mix manure in the soil. And then you water once per month.
Wow, just once per month.
You water once. And so that is enough food. That's why we connected food, agri-nutrition, we connected food and nutrition, agriculture and
nutrition.
So we connected agriculture and nutrition.
Oh yeah.
And simple way of surviving, simple mechanism of eating well in dry areas. Using the same system, we have planted arrowroot. People have known that arrowroot can only grow in wet areas. But arrowroots do not need all that swampy water. You know, here they do well. And the first time we did experiment, we got very big arrowroot, you know, using this moist garden, technology.
The concept of the moist garden in itself proves the realization of Christian Impact Mission's strategy to eliminate dependency on aid and on natural weather patterns. This has ensured continued agricultural harvests and income throughout the year for Kenyatta residents and beneficiaries of the project.
This is a simple charcoal cooler. Don't get a grass. This is a simple. Within it is a simple charcoal cooler where when we grow, because we grow bullet chili for export, we grow French bean for export, we also grow other produce. Before they are taken to the market, they are stored here. Because if you store some of the produce outside in the sun for a day, now they will have lost the water.
That's true.
And they will be condemned. So this is a simple way of overcoming a big problem.
Is the charcoal also from the farmers?
From the farmers.
Wonderful.
Simple, and a simple way of doing it. Every family can, anybody can do this in their home to store their vegetables, to store their produce. Because we're also using the same in the bakery to store sweet potatoes before they're processed.
All right.
Now, water pan is a small dam, but it is made in a way that it's like a pond. It's like a pit. Now, it is long and narrow, so that the shade, when the sun is on the east, the shade from the west covers the water. When the sun is on the west, the shade from the opposite covers the water. So the water does not need to be evaporated. This is a self-made prevention of evaporation in dry areas. And this dam is about, 40 meters, and this is about now 20 meters, and then the depth is 24 feet. The casement is the rock, so we don't need any liner. But in some areas where we don't have rock casement, then we need a liner. So the rock, we dig using chisels and mattocks. And then after that, when you do farming, when you sell, you can get an excavator to make it deeper for you.
Great.
And now most of the farmers now are moved from hand digging to excavator. And we pay because we have the money. I have 3.
3 of the...
Three water pans. And this is, now this one is for the fodder crops, and also the garden for the poultry. The other one, the bigger one, the mother dam, is now for domestic use. We purify it for domestic use. Then let's go on. Of course, the sunflower now will produce the sunflower oil for human, and the sunflower cake as a supplement now for the poultry. However, we plant a lot at the initial stage. Now this is a poultry farm, and with the poultry farm on this side, where we grow all the necessary nutrients and pesticides for the birds. The house can accommodate 3,000 to 4,000 indigenous, chicks, because indigenous chick now good, cook kienyeji. Now because you can feed them with the local produce. Because in our 1 acre rule, our policy is you use what the environment has, even for the birds. And by so doing, you reduce the cost of inputs. Most of the poultry farmers, I used to keep the broilers, and it costs almost 85% on inputs. But this one is about 5 to 7% on inputs. So the other one is profit. So if you control the diseases through vaccination, now you're sure now to get money. So if you can sell about 3,000 to 4,000 chicks, because these are improved kienyeji. Now we do simple improvement by selection, of course using all the simple methods, and now they're able to multiply, and we need to become champions within the region so that we can produce layers and all types of chicks for the region. Because chicks, poultry farming, if it is done organically, it's paying. But one is you have to buy everything, for the birds, then you spend all the money. Let me. We keep, dairy cows, and we keep dairy cows within the project. So most of the homesteads have dairy cows, Fresian, and all the exotic cows. First of all, we were advised that they don't do well in dry areas, but I found, better cows in Israel, which is hotter than Yatta, than Kenya. And so most of them, these ones, they produce about 20 liters per day, but we have found some better breed. There used to be more. We have sowed so that we get a better breed from another farmer that we have identified, where it is producing from 30 and above, depending on feeding. And so again, we are encouraging organic feeding. You saw, like now, before they are being milked, they've been served with Caliantra, the fodder, Sasbania, and Lucena, and some Desmodium and some Lusam. So we keep catfish, half of it, and tilapia in the other. Now those are rabbit droppings. So the rabbit drop, and when they drop, that's what one of the things we feed the fish with. We tried to introduce fish farming in Ukambani, but it almost failed. Because the Ukambani is a water deficit area.
Yes,
So, the system that we were trained was where you have to replace the water to reduce the algae. But you see, we don't have that water to waste because Yatta is a water deficit area. So for that reason, we realized that can't work. So with this same water, we use it to remove the algae, and then it comes back purified. So that is simple ecosystem. So that's now the rabbit feed the fish, the rubbish droppings, and that's one of the things. And then, of course, a few other supplements, like the ones we grow here. Yes, and so the whole eco now system working together. And then whatever the goats produce, the cows produce, they also produce the gas.
The extensiveness of the projects at Christian Impact Mission Kenyatta is impressive thus far. When we come back, we get to visit their bakery, famous for the making of Yatta sweet potato bread. Keep it Shujaa. One act of random kindness is all it takes to change the world. As we have seen, Bishop Masika is uplifting poor Kenyans 1 acre at a time. His Operation Mwolyo Out project also includes a bakery. Wonderful viewer, I do not know if you're amazed as I am at the work that has been done in this wonderful community here in Yatta. I mean, the steps that have been taken by them to positively enhance and improve their lives are just dumbfounding. And now as we head on and walk towards the bakery, Anne is going to explain to us how they got everything started and how the whole place is run. Join us as we continue to highlight the amazing Shujaa in this community.
This is a value addition project of this center. We had about 3 objectives before we started the bakery. One, we wanted to make a bread that is different from the others, whereby it is fortified naturally with orange flesh sweet potatoes that are being grown by the farmers within here. We wanted also farmers to benefit by growing the sweet potatoes for the factory. And also because of lack of employment, we wanted to employ the young people who are skilled in the line of baking so that they can get a job. And the fourth one is that we wanted to also to get a profit out of the business. Yeah. So the farmers, we have divided them into clusters of growing the sweet potatoes so that we know that there is enough sweet potato at every given time. So we know which farmers are supposed to supply the sweet potatoes at a particular month.
All right, we can head over to the bakery.
This is a charcoal cooler for the bakery. This is where we keep the sweet potatoes when we get them from the farmers, just to hold them for a short while awaiting processing. The sweet potato that we process is this one, is orange flesh sweet potato, which is rich in vitamin A because it's very rich in carotene. So this potato, it goes a series of cleaning, at least 3 stations of water until it is very clean, just to ensure that there is no foreign bodies that are going to be in the potato. So after that, we chip the potatoes into small pieces, and then we take them to the solar dryer. Once they are dried up properly, like about a week, then we mill the dried sweet potato into flour, It is now that flour that we use to mix with other ingredients for making bread. So our bread is fortified with vitamin A from the sweet potato.
Can I step into the cooler and feel if it's cooling?
Yeah.
This is all charcoal.
It is all charcoal, and for the charcoal to work, there must be water. So the cooler is fitted with a water container, and there is a pipe with the perforations like for the drip irrigation. So once you open the water, you open the water, then the water drips into the charcoal, and then it makes the charcoal cool, and because of the breeze, it makes the room cold. So we even get some water. We splash some water on the walls of the charcoal inside and outside, and then also you pour water down on the floor. Once the door is closed for 3 hours continuously, the room becomes very cold. Once we have cleaned the potatoes, they are completely clean, we put them here to cut them into smaller pieces. The potatoes, they are never peeled, because once you peel, you reduce the nutritive value of the sweet potato. Yeah, this is our solar dryer. We have 6 beds. Once the potatoes have been sliced or chipped, we bring them here, and then we spread them here. And then we keep on turning on an hourly basis every day until they are completely dry. Bakery, our value addition plant. It is a medium-sized bakery. We are able to produce about 5,000 loaves of bread per day, and we sell all of it. And now this is the production area.
This is the production area.
The production area. Once the flour has been brought here, we mix it with the other ingredients for making bread. And this is where we start. After weighing all the ingredients, we bring them here. Then we start by putting the ingredients, all of them, in this dough mixer. We mix for about 20 minutes. The dough is ready, and then we put it on this table. On this table, there are 2 jobs that are done. One is what we call the scaling, or the weighing of the dough. And the second part is the molding. So you mold, after weighing, you mold the dough. From there now, the dough is brought inside here. This we call a prover. This is where, after molding the bread, we keep it here to expand. And it takes about an hour between molding and for the bread to rise to the normal standard of the required bread. It stays for approximately 1 hour. After 1 hour, the bread is brought here into the oven. In the oven, it takes about half an hour. Half an hour in the bread, and then later it is removed and is put in these cooling racks. It takes about 3 hours in the cooling rack. You have to make sure that the bread is completely cooled down before you start slicing. Then after the 3 hours, then the bread is sliced, it is packed, and then later dispatched. The slicing machine, then the pack. She's doing the packing and the sealing. She's packing and sealing at the same time. This is how it goes to the market. It's Yatta bread, sweetness from the dry lands, and it is enriched with orange flesh, sweet potato flour.
Great, this is amazing.
Kwito tene kwa thina mwingi taina thina wa kiwu taenda atamina kuya tikoka uni ataendelea na thina na waingiva, lakini mwaka wa 2006 na muonza kwethwayo wayingi muno na yendeye wekiveti kyaseiye mavatha na kyakwa na kyu kyasitwa Bishop Masika muno naoka ku ela Bishop wokie ethia no mutui wake nasia kana enough is enough na kuyakwa mundu na mwokia na mama 50 me kanisa ya CIM na mwa Bishop maisa ya mathokoani na nitiko kwa nai kilomita isu tithio sene andu makoma atuyuka uni na nitusindwa nikiwo Bishop atunengie omwake mwatya tiende tikenze silanga cia 10 square na nasio kaneta mama na meatambe silanga na tiendele wethe atumea no mathi lobi na andu mamindu wenji mathi lobi na tiwana ikongo itu cia mama na tiendele tambe ya silanga na mwaka wa 2009 kindu kiki kwitwa omo kana CIM kya Kinande na tambia kuwima nitaendeye na silanga isu sialika kiwu na taendea na kuwima na takwata liu mwingi na tambia kuwima liu wa ututethia teivanda kitungu manana bullet chili sindu nyingi Bishop ila watu wiye na takwata mbesa na wethia epindani yumba palio ya bullet chili ya yulo wethia akakoto nika kilo 3 tekwata 1000 na takwata mbesa kwa ukindu kiki kwitwa omo kana CIM ni kindu kya kupetocha na kwithia ndugu soya mundu ibinda yingi ibetini soya siana muno lakini walika kwa omo peno tethio na pe ku change the mindset wambiye kumanda kindu kita wa new method cha ukwata mbesa na taendelea umunthi nyene na mbesa na nini maa ni ng'ombe na nina nguku cia ngilenti na nini endele na tauma thinani tatwika kila mundu wa gikundi kiu ni ungamea andu 6,000 na kila mundu ni ndona myself pai mundu soya mundu kwa ukindu kiki kwitwa omo kiki Bishop Masika ni wa change the whole village na the whole location.
Talent is universal, but opportunity is not. This is the task that Bishop Titus Masika has undertaken to provide for this wonderful community in Kenyatta, Yatta. We have been able, ladies and gentlemen, to see the wonderful projects that he has been running under Operation Mwolyo Out, redefining the issue of giving aid to the community where they can be self-sufficient under his organization, Christian Impact Mission. Ladies and gentlemen, I have been your host, Linda Kruger. This has been Shujaa. Join me same time, same place, and keep it WTV Kenya.